That is a great point, Kieran.
Considering you've got nothing around it, that wasn't a total disaster.
Good morning, everyone. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell, you get notifications of my videos. Why did I park? They're here. Oh my god. Every Tuesday, Friday, sometimes we do the Sunday video. You see my box of goodies, keys. So what's going on today? Today is Tuesday. I have today's YouTube video out, which is good. Not out, but up and ready to go. Probably gonna be late because that seems like they're always late. Used to be able to lose quality today, and the people that I use are really slow at uncopyrighting the music when you pay for this track. But hey yo, what we say? Going over the road because we've got something turning up, which is exciting, and there's some weighing to do, some clipping to do, some moving to do. So I thought I'd join up in the whole video. Why is the heater on? Do not need that. Let's share. Slates fell off my mother's house, so I've got some scaffolding on because there's about 10 of them. I know you can climb a ladder, but 10. It's not just one slate, is it? Ta-da! Why do I always take them out like that? Just can't be arsed on keys, man. Right, so K-Dog, Mr. Kieran Gallagher, has already scraped out for me. It's amazing. That's on Tuesday. We scrape out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we bed up Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We bed up with sawdust here. Used to do straw, but straw price just got ridiculous. And then I actually found out they're sitting a bit drier on sawdust. Saying that, they are a bit mucky. They've got a few muck buns. I don't know why. Anyway, I need something to move this. This is a big thing to do what today's video is, but it's not to do, this isn't to do with today's video. Well, I'm actually going to use it now. But anyway, yeah, we got this 3 years ago. It's actually about 3 years ago to the day. Well, I actually announced it. I actually got it in October, November, but I kept it secret for a bit. Secret. Still need a race system for it, just to make my life easier. Who likes to make your life easier? Sounds crazy. Oh, hey Highland. I'm feeding up. Hey Seamus. Chilling. Kieran. Robin the Can-Am. Okay. The Can-Am is great. Okay, I need to move this. Oh, just had a phone call. They are 2 minutes away, which is super exciting. And you're all going to be like, who are they, Tom? That's a great question. We do it right. Always on your side. Did Dave Waite crash into the shed yesterday? Yeah. We'll see that in a minute.
Because he had weight in. I've not actually looked at it. He scraped it when he come in. Yeah. So I told him to chop his thing, dropped his hair, but obviously had weight cattle in. And as the cattle come off, drove straight out, and I think he smashed the shed. These cattle transporters. Right, can I just move this into here, and then I'll tell you that. I bought pallet forks on.
Take the lead and let it set you free. Cause when you need someone to trust, we are always there. Set your goals, live your dreams. You can always lean on me.
So we are on with this today. Weighing, trimming, just seeing what the beef stock are doing, how they're doing. We need to get some heifer as well. It's a sweaty day today. It's a sweaty day. Let's get some heifers from here. Have I got the numbers? No. Am I the worst farmer ever? Definitely not, but yeah. But she's here. Oh wow. Mornings. The new Crush is here. And it's the new design, isn't it?
It is, it's the new model.
It's the new model.
ET8 series.
Very exciting. You'll see it doesn't have the extended race on here because it's not the portable one. This will be static. So this will stay, oh god I'm here. This will be staying exactly where it should be, he says. Boom it! Beautiful! I'm going out of the way! Thank you, not. Tell you what, we've got it on the wrong way though. What? We've got it on the wrong way. Got it off the wrong way. You'll understand why I want to show you. It picks it up a lot better than it did my truck. It was on its knees. How heavy is he?
It's a bit over a ton.
Bit over a ton. Yeah, you bob on, keep going. Happy. Technical.
Yeah, so you can hold it on the loader.
So you'll see The second one has arrived, which is very cool. And we have Ed Wise from Wise Agriculture.
Hello.
Who is the only people you can buy an arrow quip from in the UK, isn't it?
Correct, yeah.
So we've gone for the arrow quip again because I love an arrow quip. It's the best crush we've used. I've used other crushes before, they're very loud. There are other ones on the market, but this is the one I like. Me and Kieran we've been adapting. You'd have seen when we were weighing cattle. It's hard work at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just not. You want to make it easy, so you do it every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's it. You make it hard, you don't get it done. And so the plan is to have this static. So this is a static one compared to what we've got at the moment, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So this is a standalone crush that's going to be bolted down rather than something that has a wheel kit that can.
And obviously, it's the arrow lock. So I went to the launch of this. I went to Canada for 2 nights to see the launch of this. It's very, very cool. So what have we got on this one?
Compared to your other crush, the functionality is going to be very similar. So everything's still push-pull operation. It's still nice and quiet. It still comes with your typical, 15-year arrow quip warranty. Where things have really changed, I guess we'll start with the arrow lock as opposed to Q-catch. So Q-catch was a friction lock crush, which is what your other one is.
Yeah.
So you actually have the 2 locks in the head gate itself. What Arrow Quip have done with this model, really have gone out to build a crush that's got manual operation but a similar kind of performance to what you'll get with a hydraulic. So we have a ratchet lock system up here, and this is actually adjustable. So we have 3 different positions which allows us to vary the amount of force we're applying and where we're applying it. So if we're holding large bulls with it, we can get a lot more pressure than we can out of the Q-catch model. Equally, if we're putting calves to it and we need that pressure to be at a slightly different level and a different point, we can move it back into the calf position. But the head gate itself will still operate this handle, which will slide front and back, and it's still a pull to open and close. Wherever it is, it's locked. It's locking on that ratchet system.
On them teeth there.
On those teeth, yeah.
Isn't it something mad that I can't remember what it was? Obviously, we went to the launch. The teeth are so strong. They've tested on so many. Isn't it something like 10,000 goes or whatever?
Yeah. So I think it was. They had it set up on a pneumatic test rig. So as it closed, it then put force on it. So they were trying it under pressure. They did 140,000 cycles. They've also sent some components of this, less relevant over here, but some components actually went to like cold weather testing places. Yeah. So for the Canadian market, extreme cold weather will affect how different things work. The big thing they learned with that is that the issue was if parts were being greased, that the grease would freeze. Yeah.
so don't grease it.
We're all right here, but if you're in northern Canada, maybe think twice. The other big benefit, we're getting a lot more force than we can out of the Q-catch, but the maintenance on that head gate is also a lot more straightforward. So with the friction locks, you couldn't oil or grease the shaft that the head gate runs on, and a lot of people would do that naturally. Over time, it's got a little bit stiff. We need to lubricate it, and you reduce the friction and your head gate isn't working as effectively. With this arrow lock system, you can grease it, you can oil it, you can do whatever you want to it. It's pretty much indestructible. You get a very definite lock, so you know that animal is held securely. Absolutely.
Just for health and safety, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to know that animal's in there and it's held securely. Friction locks have been great. Arrow Quip have used them for a lot of years. This is just the next generation. Squeeze still operates similarly, so the handle's back here now, which makes a lot more sense than having it at the front. The entire side of the crush squeezes, pull-push operation. Yep. We've gone wider, so 800
serious
mil.
Big animals there, isn't it?
Yeah. We're 800 mil internals versus 750, so we can handle those bigger cattle, those bigger bulls. This now goes to a 90-degree sweep, so we've got quite a lot more force on the squeeze than what we could get out of the Q-catch. And then the sides of the crush themselves are actually suspended on these rollers and shafts, so all the weight to the side is taken on the main frame of the crush.
Yeah, so it's actually not anything's on the floor there, is it?
Correct, yeah, nothing on the floor. It's all the weight's taken from the top. There's no hinge joints in the main frame, which you'd find which is your other such as your other crush there.
Yeah, but my crush is still class. It's just this one's the next one. I love my crush. They've got rid of the front door as well, and they've gone for 3 of these, haven't they?
So that's for improved access from the side, so we can now open up the entire side of the crush. We've got nothing, we don't have that bar which is typically here in the crush that's going to hinder you from clipping briskets. We've got full access down the side. Clipping rails is still an option. They can come in and out dead easy, and we can slide that back.
Yeah, so if you ever do clipping anything,
if you clip in,
so someone bought one of these crushes and they said, there's no way of stopping them coming out, and they clip him, and I was like, have you not got this bar?
Yeah,
so
bar in. And that's on the squeeze frame, so you can move that in and out, so you can still put pressure on the side.
So if our cattle are any dirty, they're actually cleaning up, they're on some dry silage now, which is working really well. You can put that bar in and you can clip them all up before they go. So it's 15 quid an animal to clip them up, and it adds up.
Yeah, absolutely. Rubber floor, as you'd expect from our bed doors to the rear, and the sliding door, which has changed slightly from yours as well, so more light from the rear of the crush now, so that door isn't fully sheeted.
Right, yeah, so you can see a bit. And the other thing, the cattle behind it will come through a bit nicer.
So that's all we're looking to.
Yeah, we have that, that's a problem. So when we leave this open, if we've got a cattle, because ours is obviously another bay longer, if the cattle are there and they can't see them, we leave this open, and then you've got to be quick on it. A huge thanks to Ed again for organising it. We've been chatting for a little bit about this, just to organise which side we want to go on. We want to go this right hand side and go into there. We are getting the handling system, and then Ed, you sort out another handling system part as well. So we'll see that in another video, because we're going to set up, we're going to have a bit of a draw today, have a look where we want to put everything. But it's a big step forward into this of making life easier. We've been waiting for this for a while, probably on my part, because I couldn't decide which one I wanted to go for, and we've gone for this one, which is a bit smaller, but it's a static, and we need to get the weighers on it, we need to get all the stock with ear tags on them is the plan. So we've got a lot to do yet, but we're getting there.
Making progress.
That is Ed. Ed's actually going to plan out for me handling system. Should we see this in today's video? I don't know. Luke, Anna and Jerry are back. We are weighing our stock. I'm just going to trim the tails, so just going to weigh our stock now.
Through the fire, through the change, we ain't afraid. Gonna be here every day. We walk the miles, make the space, take the time, never late. We do it right.
Everyone shop at Morrison. So what Luke's doing, I just want to show him. Go on then. So what Luke's doing is just clipping the tails off. You can see they're a bit dirtier than I'd like on loose housing then. Anna's on the way in. What's the biggest one so far, Anna?
656.
656. I think that's lying, because I'm sure I've seen 66.
660.
I knew it was. 660. But mine won't get big like yours. So obviously they're clipping, weighing, making sure they're doing it right. All these have been clipped, weighed, wormed. I didn't video it, we're just hitting them on, and then we clipped, weighed, wormed them lot as well. And now I just want to see what's ready for bulling. Like, this is a bit thin for me, so I was taking it. You see the heat coming off the animals. Gotta admit, Anna was right, I was wrong. I was wrong. It's tight.
Is this what I think it is?
Pardon?
Is this what I think it is?
Is this like is this like the test one? Or is this like a calf one?
This is like calf one, yeah, young stock sheep.
So just put into context this, bit of dust here. So, did Cammy speak to you?
Yeah.
So yeah, Cammy spoke to him. So I went to the Borderway show, judging the young farmers vlogger, which is pretty cool. And I saw Cammy there, he was selling some merch. I said to him, I'm looking for some outdoor feeders that I could load up, because we take bags of cake there all the time. And it's quite, like, it's not annoying, but you got to do it every day. It's quite good because you check your stock, but it would just be interesting to fill a feeder up, outside feeder, so I could put younger stock outside. Yep. Do you know what I mean? Because younger stock do need a bit of cake. I have no idea what this is and how it works. So there's context of why Ed has brought this. Yep. So what is it?
So this is an Advantage feeder. They used to be branded as 3-in-1 feeders, and it's a controlled intake feeder. Fill it with your feed. Obviously there's all different sizes. This is one of our smaller ones. You might put it in a pen with 2 or 3 calves, and the feed actually sits in this feed slot here. And the cattle or the sheep have to lick the feed out of that feed slot. Okay. Now, the feed needs to stick to their tongue, so their tongue needs to be damp. While there's saliva there, the feed will stick to the tongue, bring it back in the mouth, and that's how they consume it. Now, after about 10 minutes of feeding, the tongue goes dry. You know what it's like if you eat Weetabix without milk on it?
Yeah.
Exactly the same sort of idea. So after 10 minutes of feeding, they can't get any more feed. It'll then take them about 2 to 2.5 hours for the rumen to work away and produce a bit more saliva, and they can come back to the feeder. So they're coming back to the feeder for a little bit and often, and we can regulate the intake by adjusting the width and depth of this feed slot. So we take the guard out. Now the purpose of the guard is to stop them putting the tongue in and bulldozing the way along, flicking the feed out into the trough. So we can pop that out, and then these cams control what we call the lower adjuster. So we slacken these off.
Okay, I think I get this.
Roll this round.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Slide it down. Now, there's a settings chart which will give you a really good indication of where it needs to be. So
I guess it's on there, is it?
Yeah, and on there as well. So we could say for 2.5 kilos a head a day, we'll have different settings than we would for 4 kilos a head a day. Okay. And it'll give you a number for the lower adjuster.
That's interesting, isn't it? Look, because they're all like, it's like something you use at school. I can't remember what it is.
It's a cam, and it just allows you to roll it around onto it. And that gives you a very definite distance here on the adjuster. We've then got what we call the upper adjuster, which is this one here, and that alters the depth of the feed in the slot. So if you look on the end there, you've got a
this thing.
Yep, you've got a handle, so we can slacken that off. And then these dots here relate to the number, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can set that or whatever depth we need to.
And that would say how quickly it comes out.
And that will, how much they can get per lick essentially. Right. So if I slacken this one off, you should be able to see that. Adjuster slide up and down. Yeah. So then we'd set that where we need it to be. Pop the adjuster guard back in, and then we're good to go out in the field. You've got to be careful about the type of feed that goes in it. So it works really well on whole grains and pelleted feed, rolled barley, but nothing with too much dust in it. Yeah. But essentially, you could do as you've described there. Put one of these larger feeders out, maybe one that holds a ton, fill it with feed. Once the stock are trained to it, which can take a little while for them to learn to lick the feed out, then you could have it set to give them the 2.5, 3 kilos.
Right, so you
save you going out with a bag.
Yeah. If I use a rearing nut, which we use, rearing nut would work in this, would it?
Depends on the size of the nut. So the smaller the pellet, the more accurately we can set the intake. Okay. So if you were saying going for like 4 kilos a head a day, 5 kilos a head a day, a larger nut would probably work quite well. But if you're wanting to get down for cattle at that sort of 1.5, 2.5 kilos a head a day, the smaller the particle, the better. So like a 6 mil, 3 mil pellet would be absolutely ideal.
I've got no idea how big mine is. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. When I first see it, it seems a little bit complicated just to get it all right. And does this get full of cake? Surely.
So the feed is actually in this feed slot here at the top.
Yes, but they can make a mess.
They can make a mess, yeah. So they come with a cleaning tool to use. You simply just pop that open. And then you run your cleaning tool along there. So again, if you've got it on a fairly low setting, so they're eating out of a slot that's pretty narrow, you might find that it starts to block up after a day or two.
Bit of dust.
In which case you get your cleaning tool out, just walk along it. That's still going to be a lot less time than you're going to spend carting bags of feed out every single day.
And then obviously the base, obviously that's the feeding bit. The basic bit, you take that off.
Yeah, so got those little clips on.
I'm guessing you're jumping in. I'm not clean, but hey, you're on a farm. And just fill it up.
Yeah, fill it up. So we've got a sticker on the side in that corner that shows you how much feed's in it. Yeah. So you keep an eye on how quickly it's going down. Yeah. Give you a good indication of whether or not they're getting the right amount of feed. And these smaller ones are actually completely stainless. Right. And the bigger ones, they're galvanised, but the crop area and the adjusters are stainless.
Okay. They're cool, aren't they? I don't know if it's just overcomplicated. But I guess this is the whole system that I'm at. I'm just a trough kind of bag guy, but like carting bags all the time.
We were feeding them cattle outside, beef ones. When we brought them into weighing, you could see the difference. They were getting it first.
Yeah, so the ones that are bullying. So that
you could tell the night and day difference.
That is a great point, Kieran.
Yeah.
That's a great point because he couldn't bully it because they can only get that much because of the tongue. So it's Australian design, you were saying?
It's Australian design.
It's true though, isn't it?
Yeah,
when you're shaking the bag and they all come to you, near enough half of them, there's all weak ones, something's going to go to the back, they're not going to get anything.
They're not going to get pushed out. Whereas with this, your stronger ones, the bullies in the group, they can still only eat for 10 minutes and then run out of saliva. They've got no benefit of staying there, so they'll disappear, and that gives the weaker ones a chance to come back to the feeder. So you see your herd should average up a lot. The same with sheep, exactly the same sort of principle. Depends on the size of the animal, but for cattle we recommend 40 to 50 head on a feeder because they need a little bit longer at it than they would if it was
we'd rarely really have more than that. Or the other thing, you just have 2 of them.
You have 2 feeders, absolutely.
Yeah. Because when we had 100 out in at one bit and just kept moving them around like paddock grazing job. Yeah, cool. We got the brochure for that, and we got a brochure. We've done a bit of designing for the race system as well, haven't we, Ed?
Yes.
So he's going to get it on a CAD drawing. So Anise, who is very technical on the races and stuff, she's going to put on a CAD drawing and have a look for it all, which will be very cool. We'll see that in a different video. But thoughts? Look at that!
You know the drum is for me.
Tell you what, that was impressive. Yeah, so that's Dave who picked up the cattle. So we sold a load of cattle. We're just replenishing the stock. Got 16 yesterday, 8 today. It's good. Gonna go down here. And yeah, this is our equipment. And Ed Wise, who's designing the race system. So we'll see the whole video of that. That's really interesting. Really interesting. So Anna, heaviest cow today was
716
times
2.
It's weird that the same bang on the same weight.
3313 and 3323 weighed 716 kilos.
That's massive for us. Not big.
It must be friends.
Good mate. You'll be able to see it. Yeah. Normally he goes a bit more in here. Don't you, Dave?
No, I'll tell you what it looked like on there last night. Because they lay it down on there, as soon as they all come off, it'll go up slightly.
I blame the moon. I think it was a full moon. Hey, you're going to get this uploaded up so we can shut these gates. So Ed does all the designs, he's going to do CAD designs, and he was saying he doesn't think they'll get, well, he was just worried about the door, and it actually works better than I thought as well, too far.
Yeah. Considering you've got nothing around it, that wasn't a total disaster.
And what wasn't a total disaster, that's what we like. He's saying you'd make it easier for me.
Yeah.
We're nodding. Yeah, cool. So this is what he's doing, and we'll see it in a video in a week too. I'll sort these on. Love you, bye. Cheers. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like everything because it helps me out. We'll see you later. Bye.